Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Grutle Kjellson from the Norwegian band Enslaved. We're at House of Blues, Orlando. Going to perform a show here tonight, and you are watching Valencia Voice.
Bryce Brimhall here with the Valencia Voice, and I'm here with Grutle of the band Enslaved. So Grutle, you formed in 1991, you and the guitarist, Ivar. And so what's it like being in the metal scene for over 20 years?
Started the band when we were kind of young, you know. We're 13 and 70 years old, 17 years old. So basically, this is what we have been doing our whole adult life. So I mean, doing something else would be pretty strange to us, I guess.
You started your 20th anniversary tour in the U.S. and Canada, as well as releasing a tribute album honoring you guys. What was that experience like?
Well, that was pretty cool. I mean, we enjoy touring a lot, so all tours all over the year. So that was not a big difference. But the tribute thing was kind of cool. Lots of interesting versions. Some of them were like almost identical to ours, and some were very different, and some of them were very interesting too, very good actually. So and it's a kind of an honor to have other bands spending so much time and effort on doing cover songs with your own band, and that's very gratifying. Yeah. Cool.
In 2012, you released your album Retir with Nuclear Blast. Can you tell me a little about the album? What influenced it?
Well, what influenced the album? Well, we try to kind of explore new musical territory, so to speak, constantly. So it's kind of it's a big part in the Enslaved evolution. We like to evolve constantly. We listen to a huge variety of music, not just metal. We listen to practically anything we find listenable. I mean, if there's only one thing, there's no genres, there's only one thing, and it's called good music. So it really doesn't matter what it is. So we can take inspiration from practically everywhere. Yeah.
That's great. You're on your tour right now with Amon Amarth, the Deceiver of Gods tour. Tell me about how that's going.
It's pretty good. We've done, well, it's not pretty good, it's very good actually. We have done, I think this is the 9th show or something, or maybe the 10th. I think it's the 9th. So we have done like 30% of it, and we get along very well with Amon Amarth. You know them from ages. So I know it's cool to do a tour with Skeletonwitch too, the opening band. I was not very familiar with their stuff. I've never met the guys before, but they are also really cool people, and the music is really good. Unfortunately, they cannot perform here today because of some house rules, House of Blues, owned by the Disney Corporation, and they just heard that it was, what do you call it? The content.
It's too explicit.
Yeah, something like that. And they didn't even explain why. Just that it was unsuitable for performing at House of Blues Orlando. So, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
No.
Well, I mean, it's just like in Europe, really. It differs a lot from state to state, from city to city. You know, just like the same case in Europe. I mean, you can have a crazy crowd if we play in Tromsø, Norway, and you have a very silent crowd in Oslo. So same thing here, really. I mean, but it's cool. I mean, I like all kinds of crowds. I mean, you just have to convince the silent ones a little more, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, for instance, we played in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, that's the name of the city.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. That's basically Miami, suburban area. Yeah, just north. And they went absolutely apeshit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was really good. I mean, we basically didn't have to do anything at all. We just played, and everything went just fine, you know, because of their enthusiasm. The day before we played Tampa, which was also great, but very different though. So a little more, you know, the listening and standing still like a statue thing, you know.
Yeah.
Not entirely, of course, but Fort Lauderdale was totally different. So I mean, and that's just both cities are not far from each other, so
Yeah.
it differs very much from city to city.
With your album Monumentation in 2001, you guys started using more primarily like English lyrics.
Yeah.
So how is that different than like writing in Norwegian or in Icelandic in a couple songs?
It was. I mean, we had some songs earlier in English, so we have been playing other bands before Enslaved, singing in English, so it was not totally new to us. So and we just wanted to. I mean, we would want to try it out and try to have a more universal approach to the fans. I mean, so they could actually. Like we did when we were kids, you know, like holding the actual vinyl album cover and follow and reading and singing the lyrics at the same time. You know? So we wanted to give people that experience that I guess no one had before with the Norwegian lyrics, because we have translations, of course, but I mean sometimes it's very hard to translate actually, and and still how shall I when we translate a poem, and many times the actual context disappears totally. So it's very different. Even if you translate them yourself, it's very, very hard to keep the essence. That was the word I was looking for.
So what does 2014 have? What does Enslaved have in store for 2014?
This tour, obviously. There's going to be a lot of summer festivals in Europe. Maybe a second tour in the States. We'll see. I hope so.
Any new music coming out?
We started in December. We got the first rehearsal on new material in December. So we're probably gonna try to make a new album and start the recording. And we'll see. We don't have any deadlines or dates yet, but it really looks good. I think we've just made one song, and we think it's amazing. So
I'm sure it is. We'll be looking forward to it. This is Bryce Brimhall with the Valencia Voice.